Britain's Got Talent winners now including George Sampson's actress girlfriend. Since the show started in 2007, Britain's Got Talent has seen 15 people win the show, and here we examine where they are now and their varied fortunes after their stints. Britain's Got Talent is now in its 16th series and continuing to showcase some of the best acts from around the world. Featuring judges Simon Cowell, Amanda Holden, Alicia Dixon, and Bruno Tonioli, the show gives people a platform to launch their careers, and they compete for a chance to take to the stage in the Royal Variety Performance. Acts include singers, dancers, impressionists, and comedians, and there is always a sprinkle of chaos in the auditions and beyond when some of the more wacky people perform. As the show prepares to crown its 16th winner, we look at the varied fortunes of the other 15 champions from the last 15 years and where they are now. Opera singer Paul won the hearts of the nation on the very first series, moving into the world of showbiz after previously being a mobile salesman. He released a highly acclaimed album called One Chance and began to perform globally, something which he is still doing today. Since his win, he has released another 6 albums and had a film released about his life in 2013 starring James Corden. Paul, who was born in Bristol, has also sung in several operas including The Marriage of Figaro and Don Carlos, and lives in Port Talbot with his wife Julianne. He competed in the German version of The Masked Singer in 2022, where it was revealed that he was koala during the third show of the series. George Street danced his way to victory in 2008, at the age of 14. His win came after he auditioned for the show again, as he did not make it through to the live semi-finals in the first series. Performing a dance to Mint Royale's version of Singin' in the Rain, he was hugely popular with viewers, bursting into tears when his win was announced. Immediately after he was crowned champ, the song went to number 1 in the UK downloads chart, and there were requests via Simon Cowell's record label for him to do a video of the song. Since, he has acted in Waterloo Road and made several dance appearances on stage at events such as T4 on the Beach and in videos. He is currently playing the role of Dean in Everybody's Talking About Jamie. George has been dating actress Kashmin Bora for 3 years after meeting her in the theatre show. Diversity won Britain's Got Talent in 2009 with their amazing dancing. The original members were Ashley Banjo, Robert Anker, Jordan Banjo, Sam Krask, Mitchell Krask, Warren Russell, Ashton Russell, and Perry Keeley. Also in the group was Ike Chooks, Terry Smith, Ian McNaughton, Jamie McNaughton, and Matthew McNaughton. Although Susan Boyle was the clear favourite to win the 2009 series, they stormed to victory as 17.3 million viewers watched at home. After the Royal Variety Performance, they forged a successful dancing career, doing several tours together. Some of them have also been on television, with Perry going on Dancing on Ice and Splash. Ashley is now a judge on Dancing on Ice, and Jordan recently presented coverage of the coronation concert for the BBC. Gymnastics troupe Spellbound left the judges stunned in 2010 with their range of flips, jumps, and tricks, and won the show. The acrobatic gymnasts have won a number of medals in their sport and competed for Great Britain. They went on to have several changes of lineup after BGT, as some of the members retired from gymnastics and others went to university. In 2012, they performed 2 routines at the closing ceremony of the Olympics, going on to feature in a Channel 4 telethon and also reappear at the Royal Variety Performance, this time in 2012. The group have not been in the public eye since, apart from in 2015 when their coach Neil was accused of mistreating 3 of the children by parents. He was since cleared of any wrongdoing, describing the situation as 18 months of hell. Scottish singer Jay charmed the audience and the judges with his voice in 2011. Before BGT, he had been a contestant on The X Factor and the American Idol Experience. After winning the show, he performed in the Britain's Got Talent tour, before securing a record deal with Simon Cowell's label Psycho in 2011. He performed a sell-out headline show at the Grand Hall in Kilmarnock and later appeared on stage with Josh Groban at the Royal Concert Hall. After releasing 1 album under Cowell's label, the deal was not renewed in 2012 and he forged a solo career elsewhere. He was on Britain's Got Talent, The Champions in 2019, where Simon apologized for how he treated him. He then brought out a new single in 2021, a cover of John Legend's song All of Me, and is still performing, recently starring in a UK tour of the production Come What May. The dog and owner duo triumphed in the 2012 series of Britain's Got Talent. Pudsey, who was a dancing dog, was expertly trained by Ashley and performed a cute routine to Mission Impossible. After they won the show and were in the Royal Variety performance, they featured in a film called Ashley and Pudsey, the movie. They made several television appearances, including as judges on That Dog Can Dance and Who Let the Dogs Out. Pudsey sadly died in 2017 and Ashley has now trained a new pooch called Sully. The expert dog trainer announced this year that she has made the GB agility team with him. The Hungarian shadow art group delivered a series of emotional performances in the 2013 series of the show. Often making Amanda cry as she was so moved by their act, they became the first foreign group to win BGT. They went on to star in a live television advert and also performed in live theater productions, including a show in Vegas. In 2019, they competed on America's Got Talent, The Champions, but failed to make it to the final. And in 2022, a new generation of Attraction members, called Attraction Juniors, auditioned for BGT again, but they did not get through to the semi-finals. Delivering a rousing rendition of the song Stars from Les Miserables, the musical theatre singing group won the show in 2014. The group consisted of Michael Auger, Jamie Lambert, Matthew Pagan, Thomas J. Redgrave and Richard Hadfield, who left the band in June 2016. They released their first album Stars after winning the show with Simon Cowell's record label Psycho, which debuted at number 1 on the album's chart. Calabro toured in 2015, selling 50,000 tickets and headlining the London Palladium. They went on to sign a record deal for £1 million with Sony Masterworks in the US. After several other shows and records, they announced in August 2022 that they would be going their separate ways after one last album and tour. Another performing dog act stormed to victory in 2015, but the win was not without scandal as Jules hit the headlines for using 2 pooches in the act. As a result, there were more than 200 complaints to Ofcom, but no further action was taken and Jules did not have to hand back her prize money. They did take to the stage for the Royal Variety performance but have stayed out of the spotlight since, with Jules living in Tongeren, Belgium. She used some of the £250,000 she won for her nuptials to her girlfriend Marie-France, but it is not immediately obvious what she is up to now as she keeps a low profile. Magician and former soldier Richard charmed the judges in 2016 with his spellbinding act. He became the first magician to triumph on the show. The star has enjoyed success after the show, with his television series Operation Magic and also The Power of Imagination. He is in the band of the Household Cavalry and still touring with his magic across the UK, with some new show dates coming up soon. Tokyo Myers, a pianist and music producer, released his debut album Our Generation in 2017 after winning BGT. The popular album went to gold in 2021. His piano skills were also on the charity single Bridge Over Troubled Water, which was coordinated by Simon Cowell to help people affected by the Grenfell Tower fire. He has also scooped 3 classical Brit Awards for his albums and songs and appeared on America's Got Talent, The Champions. Tokyo is hoping to help children from disadvantaged backgrounds by opening a music school for them and has also brought out merchandise. Hilarious comedian Lee Ridley, also known as Lost Voice Guy, made the judges and audience laugh repeatedly in 2018, with his witty jokes. Lee, who is still performing across the country, has also released a book called I'm Only in It for the Parking and has a range of merch on sale. The star, who has cerebral palsy, also starred in Ability, a sitcom he co-wrote for Radio 4. He is another award winner, bagging a BBC New Comedy Award, and has even had his own television show, Lost Voice Guy's Christmas Comedy Club. Colin was one of the best-loved Britain's Got Talent winners ever. He made audiences cry when he sang Wind Beneath My Wings. In his semi-final performance, he had a huge number of Chelsea pensioners joining him on stage for a rousing number. In 2022, he released his first single, Love Changes Everything, which went to number 13 in the charts. Also in 2022, he returned to BGT for an emotional performance with the Chelsea Pensioners Choir and a number of other acts. Comedian John cheered audiences up during the tough lockdown and coronavirus in 2020. After his victory, he performed across the country. However, he had to take a break recently due to having skin cancer after a mole found during filming for BGT ended up being a melanoma. He has now had the all clear and is still touring with his comedy show. He also has a podcast called Alphabet My Life and Lives in Masai with his two sons Nathan and Alfie and wife Emma. Last year, an equally funny comedian triumphed on Britain's Got Talent. Axel, who has had a show on Amazon Prime with one of his tours, impressed all of the judges, especially Simon, who gave him a golden buzzer. After BGT, he was in an episode of CBBC's Saturday Mashup and later in an episode of Celebrity Lingo alongside Ellie Taylor. In December 2022, he was in the Royal Variety performance and he was introduced by Simon. This year, he was in America's Got Talent, All Stars but was eliminated at the start of the show. Most recently, he was a guest performer on the fourth semi-final of the latest series of Britain's Got Talent. In 2023, Blake competed upon America's Got Talent, All Stars, wherein he was eliminated in the preliminaries. He is still touring the UK, this time with his show Axel Blake.